Hi there. I wanted to talk about the Bob Ross Embroidery Kit again. Try to make this as quick and to the point as I can. There's a little of umming talk here going on because as usual, I'm not working with a script, so just please bear with me. I'll try to be as succinct as I can. We're going to talk about this project, then we're going to talk about the instruction book, and then we're going to talk about the very last project I did. When I worked on this project, I thought this puffy couching was going to be a real bear and that I wasn't going to know what to do. That turned out to be a lot easier than I thought. The satin stitching was a bit easier than I thought, but the project as a whole was quite fiddly and difficult. Trying to figure out where to put things was so difficult. Trying to compare what the transfer put down on the fabric as opposed to what the instructions showed. In one instruction, like step 1 would bleed into step 2, would bleed into step 3, and the pictures that went along with each step kind of, again, bled into one another. You had a picture for step 1 that showed a little bit of step 2, and a picture for step 3 that showed a little bit of step 2. I mean, it was a little bit frustrating, but I blamed all the frustration on myself. I said I didn't put the transfer on dark enough. It was my fault. I didn't have the iron on right. Maybe I jiggled the iron a little bit and it was a little bit blurry. I figured it was just all my fault. My frustrations with this project. Although I do think it turned out pretty well. Then I got to this project. And all of that kind of went out the window. I'm trying to put the whole thing in here. I hate when people show you a project and they don't show you the whole thing. Okay. Again, it's going along pretty well. I made some significant departures from how I was supposed to do things this time. And I will tell you the two things that sort of informed my decision about how I was going to do this. The instructions, and I may do a completely separate video about the separate instructions they give you on how to do the stitches. That's another situation entirely. But really quickly, they show pictures of this being, let's go in a little, quite dark. That's like, in the book, this is not just like a printed thing. This is like a photo of whoever's working on the sample project for the book. That's how dark their transfer comes out. I put my iron on way longer than the instructions said, and it still did not turn out as dark as that, which really is not that bad of a thing. You don't want it to be that dark. I mean, on this one, it didn't matter because it was all covered, so your lines were going to be covered anyway. On this one, you had a lot of open space, so not having it too dark is not that bad of a thing, but, I mean, all the lines were going to be covered anyway. Also, if you notice, there's no line around this, and I'll show you what I mean in a second. Take a look at this one. There's a line all the way around. Now, what that is that's the line that is supposed to be where your final, I can't think of the word, your hoop, your embroidery hoop you're going to display it in. That's the line for that. Okay. So, and if you're doing something like this, that's the stitching, like you're supposed to go all the way out and fill that all up. Just to let you know where your display frame should go. But, like I was saying with the other project, step 1 bleeds into step 2. These pictures show a combination of different steps together. You never get a complete picture, like you get little bitty pictures maybe. But like this they talk about the flowers over here, and you get a little bit of scattered information, and then you got to wait till all the way over here to see your flowers pretty much completed. And even then, they're not completed to the step that they told you to do previously, right? Or something. And that, the steps bleed into one another. The pictures show variations of different steps together. And then when I got to this part, all of that was still going on, the steps bleeding into one another. And I realized that whatever project they're working on in this pictures in this book is quite a bit larger than the project that I'm working on. I'm looking at the distances of, especially with the letters, like my letters, I had like maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3 satin stitches, and it was filling up the top of the, like, I'm going, if I do as many stitches as they show in that book, I'm going to cover up half the letter. I'm not going to have room for the other colors. So it occurred to me, oh wait, they're working on a bigger project. It's easier to get all these little details, and that's where we are. That's what caused my frustration with the first one, I'm realizing. So we're going to take a look at something, and I'm going to open up some pictures that I took. Okay, we should be on the screen where I'm showing you some pictures that I took. And I laid my needle down for comparison of size. These little bits right here are way smaller. And you can tell that this is quite a bit lighter, the transfer color, but it's dark enough. And these little sections that need to be outlined with backstitch, and they say 2 strands of 2 plies, 2 strands of embroidery floss. No way. And I'm doing all these things with these little lines, and I'm trying to get them as best I can, but they're so tiny. They're so tiny. Here's a little bit further on. Trying my best to get all this stuff together. And I didn't do a picture of when I was filling these things in. And again, I'm supposed to be using 2 plies to go around these teeny tiny, and this is supposed to be like an oval, and I just couldn't because of how tiny it was. And here's a picture I took a little bit ago before I got to the point I'm at now. But that's what I'm up against here. All these things look so tiny. But let's go back to the table. Okay, here we are back to the table, so I'll wrap it up. I don't recommend anybody buy this kit. If you see it in the store, pass it on by. I don't regret having received it as a gift. I don't regret having done the projects, but I don't see myself doing any of the other projects. At least, the transfers they provide you are smaller than what's shown in the sample projects, I'm sure. And the instructions are kind of weird, and like I said, one instruction bleeds into the next instruction. I didn't have much of a problem with it. I was getting frustrated, but I could see what was going on, but I would have liked a little more clarity. I mean, I'm not the world's best embroiderer, but I'm no slouch either. And I was so frustrated, and I just kind of want to get this done. But I had recommended it before, at least if, because I thought that the hoop was okay, and it had real floss and what seemed to be quality fabric, and a book full of different instructions and all kinds of projects that you could do if you got more fabric. I don't know, if you find it for half price, I mean, this sold for like $14-15 at BJ's. If you see it at a discount rack somewhere for like $5, you might want it then. And then be prepared to just go your own way, as they say. Just don't take the instructions as a suggestion, not as actual instructions, and you might feel a little better about what you're doing, especially if you're not a beginner. If you're a beginner and you're not sure what stitches to use where, then you're going to have a little bit of a problem. And you can tell if you look at the front, that's this project here, it departs pretty radically from what's shown. Not radically, but it's a thing. At any rate, that is my opinion of this kit at this point. And I hope you all have a lovely day. And one last time, give it a pass. See you next time.